What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystick's MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Alright. Took me a little longer than I anticipated to get this build done. But Argonian, Dragon Knight, PvP build. Oh boy. It was worth it. It was worth it. Let's get into the character sheet. Okay, so max magicus at 15.5, max health over the 30, max stamina 22.5, magic recovery 13, stamina recovery 15, spell and physical penetration at 9k, resistance as of now is 1918. That will go up. All the points have been allocated into max stamina. We're going to be using the Serpent Mundus. And we're going to be using Jewels of Misrule. And we're going to be a Vampire Stage 3 for the passive into Vampirism, Undeath. Okay, very important. That's one of the major reasons we have it on top of the LT, and I'll get into that in a minute. Alright. Back bar. Everything kind of looks still the same, except you'll notice our penetration went down. So I'll explain that. Alright, sets. Sets. We're going to use Clever Alchemist on an Argonian. Now, I don't typically like Clever Alchemist due to the downtime. And there's ways around it, and I'll show you. The reason I like it on the Argonian. Why the Argonian? Argonian's perfect for Clever Alchemist because of its passives, right? So when you drink a potion, you restore 3,125 health, magicka, and stamina. That's really good. Plus, we're going to get a resistance. We're going to get a max health of 1,000 and resistance to disease and poison damage. Okay, really good on an Argonian. Because that potion passive, when we hit it with Clever, we're not just getting the boost, we're getting recovery on top of the benefits from the pot. This is a crafted set. You're going to go ahead and get max health, spell damage. When you drink a potion during combat, you feel a rush of energy, increasing your weapon and spell damage by 651 for 20 seconds. Okay? The Master Perfected Bow. We're going to front bar the Clever Alchemist on this build. Why? Because our main is a 2H, right? We don't want to back bar this because we'd rather have the Master Perfected Bow. Now, I know a lot of people like the Vatrin 2H, so they say back bar and switch to the Vatrin. The reason I like it set up like this instead is because I get you know, the passive to increase 330 as soon as I hit the target. I don't have to wait for the build up. Once I hit him with the poison injector, it's going to scale. Well, it's still going to build up, I should say, but you're gonna it doesn't read on the tooltip right, but you get the 330 just up front. It's really nice for that. The extra weapon damage is also going to help our vigor, but we want this decisive. It's very important. Get the poisoning glyph for the passive, for the combustion, and use, you know, the poison arrow. But you definitely want to get this decisive. Okay? All day, every day. Secondary set's going to be dragon. Why? Because I want to reduce my ultimate abilities, and I'm going to offset some of the negative effects of the health recovery from vampirism. Works really nice. Plus, it's going to give us extra magic recovery and additional health and healing taken. We're also going to use, so this is Divine. This is Reinforced. You want 2 Divine for the Serpent Mundus. You really want to take advantage of 2 Divine. Reinforce max health. Curse of the Dragon. We're going to use Magma Incarnate's shoulders. Light. So 2 heavy, 1 light so far. Well fitted, max health. This is going to give us stamina and magic recovery. Clever Alchemist Nirnholm. Waste. I don't use reinforced. It's garbage. So if I want extra resistance, I go with the Nirnholm. Well-fitted Clever Alchemist hands, medium. So you notice 2 light so far, 1 medium. Greaves of the Dragon, heavy, reinforced. And then, of course, another medium. So 3 heavy, 2 medium, 2 light. The extra light is going to help give us the penetration. So that's why we want to go ahead and take advantage of the 2 light. And concentration. On top of the Maul's passives. And make sure the Maul is sharpened. Under heavy weapons. So we got a sharpened mace with 2 light. So it gives us, and then the CP. So it gives us quite a nice bit of penetration. Okay. Now, like I said, 2 divine. All of my pieces except, so we got Magicka, health, health, Magicka, stamina, health, stamina. Torque of the Tunnel Constantine. You're going to notice I only have 15,000 Magicka. The problem with Dragon Knight is the Magicka abilities are very costly, but that's going to be a boon to you. Right? So, let me show you. You see I have 15,600 recovery, but when I start dumping, and then I go back in with the pot, I'm at 26 Stam recovery. So I build up resources a lot fast, okay? As long as, you know, I don't have to worry about, I just got to maintain the dump and the abilities are where it's at. So this is going to be infused, and all of these are going to be potion reduct. Well, 2 are going, all of them are going to have potion reduction glyphs. This one is, since it's a mythic, you want infused with the alchemy acceleration. Why? Because you can keep the Clever Alchemist uptime 100%. If you're in decent battles, you can keep, there's no downtime to the Clever Alchemist. And given the fact that we get potion reduction and the passive to the Argonian, to the passive to the Argonian, that's going to increase our recovery even further. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ring of the Dragon. Now I got to purple this. I got to purple both of them. But once again, alchemy reduction infused. So this will be 7.5, I want to say. So you do 8, and then plus, you know, 7, that's 15, and then 5, that's 20. And if you want to gold one out, you know, whatever. But yeah, you can keep, as long as you do everything right, you can keep 100% uptime between all of this. So it's pretty good. But this last one's going to be protective. So I got 2 infused, all potion reduction, 1 protective. So then when I hit my, and I go in, now I'm at 25 and 24. What? Let's get into the skills. Primary bar, Stampede, no brainer. Dizzy Swing, that's our spammable. Now, I don't like cheese. I hate cheese. But, you know, at this time, you know, I'm just going to be like, you know, screw it. I'm going to do it. So, Fossilize. Reverse Slice for the AoE. I'm not going to use Executioner. Now, here's your flex spot, Camouflage Hunter. I would rather have it for the scale damage effect into the Fighter's Guild. Right? I would rather. So I prefer to use it for the Slayer. Plus, if I'm hitting them from behind, I'm getting that additional 5% due to the flank to the Minor Berserk. That's me. If you don't want to use that, obviously, obviously we go with Noxious Breath. That'll give the major breach. Okay? So if you don't want to use Camouflage Hunter, that's where you put your Noxious Breath. We're going to have Dawnbreaker of Smiting, once again for scaling and ACC. This is why you want Decisive. Because the best thing about it is the Decisive trait will let you generate ultimate faster. You got a 15% reduction in the dragon. And then, of course, you have let's say it's under here. No. Soft, you know. Where is it? It's the ulti one. Yeah, right here, Battle Roar. Like, when you cast an ultimate ability, you restore 54 health, 50 magicka, and 50 stamina for each of the points of the ultimate's cost. So basically, we're getting a 15% reduction, but between the Argonian passive and this and everything firing, you can generate a lot of ultimate with Decisive trait, smack people around, and it's really good. And I'm not a really strong Stam DK, and I'm loving this build. Of course, back bar, we're going to use the Master Bow. You want that poison injector. We're going to use Vigor. Now, notice we're using the Dragon set, and if you take a look under my health recovery, it's only at 268. So we want to go ahead and have the Green Dragon Blood. The reason we want the Green Dragon Blood is it's going to give us the major endurance, the minor vitality, and in the major fortitude. So when we do this and switch, then we're getting a little bit more of that health recovery, and every little bit adds up in the pocket. So I would rather have this, plus it has a nice heal, plus it's a good dump. So if I'm getting low on Stam, I can hit this, heal 35% of my health, and then dump out quick. So between this and my buff, I'm already under the 50, and thus the Torok, the necklace, the mythic kicks in. Okay, so with that said, we also want the hardened armor. This gives us major resolve with the resistance, plus while active, the armor returns 1020 magic damage to any enemy that uses a direct damage attack against us. So, really nice. And then, of course, we're going to use Igneous Weapons for two reasons. One, it's going to give us our major brutality. And then when we activate it, we're going to get our minor brutality. And we're going to generate more ultimate. Nice. Yup. Now, Dragon Leap is kind of bugged, but I'm liking the Swarming Scion instead. You know how Necros turn into the Goliath, and it's basically, they're an unstoppable force at that point. Say hello. While transform, your max health, magic, and stamina are increased by 10,000. You heal for 16% of the damage you deal. And then on top of it, you're dealing additional damage. Yeah. You turn it on, you go to town. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Okay, now let me show you how the buffs look. And then we're at 48.9 weapon damage. Oh yeah, I like it. He's brawly. He deals a nice amount of damage. I mean, he's not over the top, over 5, but it's consistent. And that's why I really like it. Like I said, I gotta purple that out. Really good, guys. Really, really good. I like it. Hope you guys do too. As always, I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mistick's MMOs. Have a nice day.